Hey guys, I've been wanting to have this conversation with you guys for a long time, which is the importance of understanding when you get injured and you go to the traditional physical therapy and you go to the traditional doctor, that alone is not enough. And this is really important to me because I've had a number of injuries. I could tell you the whole list, but for the sake of time, just believe me when I say of every muscle there is the main ones, I've pulled it. Of every bone, not every bone, but multiple bones in my feet, in my shoulder, I have fractured or broken. I've torn my ACL, I've torn my meniscus, I've torn my MCL, I've torn my anterior fibular ligament, which is in your ankle. I've done basically everything. So I've gone to more physical therapy than I would like to recount, and I've seen the best. I've spent the money. I've been with top clubs. I know what the best is. And I'm telling you right now that even if you can go to the best doctor and the best physical therapist, those alone are not enough. And I know that can be disheartening because now you're thinking, how much more money do I need to spend, or where do I need to go next? And through this video, I'm hoping to tell you what I've learned so you could kind of shortcut that process. So let's take any injury. Let's take a hamstring pull. You go to physical therapy, they will help you. You will get better. You will get back on the field. If it's a degree 2, you're not getting surgery, it will take a month or two, and you'll get to play soccer again. But what's to say it won't happen again? And to say something else won't happen again. So we're gonna start from the bottom to the top of the body. So first of all, we're gonna start with our feet. So I want you to take a look at the shoes you're in. And the shoes you're in, if your toes are crumpled together, which is what our football boots do, so I'm talking about in your regular shoes, if your feet are crumpled together and your toes are overlapping, this is numero uno bad sign. We have to fix that. Because if you cannot spread your toes and activate your toe muscles and the arch of your foot, you're asking for trouble. And I want you to keep in mind, I'm not talking about trouble if you're younger than 14 and you're gonna find that you're gonna be in pain. I'm talking about if you wanna play until you're 50, till you're 60, this is what you have to do. This is a non-negotiable. And I will tell you, I'm on this journey. So as I get older and older, you'll see that I plan on playing until my last breath. And these are the strategies that I think will work. So the first step is your toes. Make sure in your shoes you can spread your toes out. In your soccer cleats, if they're a little bit tighter together, that's natural, but make sure you get out of those and into tennis shoes. On that note, it's really important to do toe exercises. On my Instagram, on my workout programs, I have these exercises for you guys. A lot of it's for free. Go ahead and take a look at those exercises. So that's the feet. Working our way up now. You've got loads of muscles all the way up into your hips. Now for us soccer players, the reason I've gone to our hips as opposed to our knees first is because we constantly are kicking a soccer ball in this one motion. I'm going to try and do it here with my hand. This one motion over and over and over again. This motion is brutal on the hips, and if we don't take care of our ability to rotate our hips, we're in trouble. So now we've got our toes, our hips, and then I'm going to talk about the mental. So with the mental side, if you're constantly worrying about getting injured, which was my case, odds are you're going to probably get more injured. Now, how do you stop worrying? You're nervous. You've been injured many times. How do you get out of that hump? Or it's more like quicksand. Every time you get free of it, you just back into it. And the best answer is to do the preparation that I'm hoping to give you. So if you buy my mobility program, which I have for very reasonable in my opinion, I think it's somewhere between $10 and $25 depending on when you're watching this video. That is the best way to open up those hips and really do injury prevention. The lower body workout program that I also have, that's fantastic for injury prevention, especially in the knees. The other thing I would encourage you guys to do is follow at Knee Over Toes Guy. He's got fantastic exercises that are very specific, not for soccer, but just for knees, which I think are great, and I have a lot of those exercises in my programs. The other thing I want you guys to do is, if you take a look at my Instagram, I have some hip mobility exercises that will really help you guys in there for free. I've got tons of them on there. They're really going to help with those hips. So now I'm hoping when we get to the brain, you can at least say to yourself, you know what, Zev? I have done everything I could. Now, there's one last piece I want to tell you. So I've been injured many times, as I've explained to you, and it led me to developing a product, which is called the Yoga Vest. So the Yoga Vest is a weighted vest designed to help you become more flexible faster. Its weight pushes you into the stretch, literally making you go farther than you could otherwise. And of course, I'm biased, I made it, but when I made it just for me. And then all these yogis really liked it, which is what made us call it the Yoga Vest as opposed to the soccer vest or the mobility vest. The yoga community just loved it. So now we're in yoga studios all across the country, and people are really enjoying it, which I'm very proud of. But for us soccer players, which is why I made the Yoga Vest, I really think it can help you speed the process of becoming more flexible, which we know is important, but also more mobile. The ability to be flexible and strong in those flexible positions. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see all of my mobility exercises for free. If you want the program, it's online. But I'm telling you guys this because I genuinely care that you guys can stay injury free, and know that just going to physical therapy and just going to the doctor is not enough. They only look at one body part at a time. The physical therapist just looks at my knee. The doctor just looks at my knee. None of them go, how is your toe strength? How is your hip mobility? And the reason I know this is because I've been to all of them, and I've been so frustrated. It has led me to go to some pretty, I would call crazy, but certainly eccentric people who told me, Zev, you got to do your toes. Zev, you got to do your hips. Zev, this isn't enough. And I kind of ignored it for a while, thinking, look, I'm going to be like everyone else. I go to physical therapy, I get healthy again, which is what happened. I would get healthy again, but then inevitably I would get hurt again. And I am over that. I want to be injury free. I want to be strong. I want to be flexible. And so now, between the Yoga Vest, my toe strength, my hip mobility, the concept in my head that it is so important to be both strong and flexible, meaning mobile, has really changed my perspective. So keep an eye on all of my stuff. Please subscribe and like if you think this is helpful. Again, I really do this for you guys. I love when you guys message me and say it's helping. That's what's inspiring me to keep telling my story. And again, my hope is that you guys will be strong, flexible, and mobile. Thanks so much for listening, and talk to you soon.